Good evening. Can I ask you to please stand for the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's town board meeting. It is Tuesday, October 29th, 2019. First thing on our agenda, and the supervisor's report is a purchase order, number 1441907. It's an update to the town zoning map. This is something we have to do periodically. And the computer doesn't want to work, right? Oh, no. Total cost for the purchase order, we reviewed this at the work session, is $8,240. Froze up.
Turn it off and turn it on.
You want me to go ahead and read it?
Yes, please.
Okay, the vendor is Merritt's GIS Limited in Bedford Road in Pleasantville. It's to prepare and update the zoning map from the town of Mount Pleasant. Again, the total cost is $8,240.
Move to approve, please.
Motion by Ms. Agadis,
Second?
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is purchase order 1621917. This is painting downstairs in the police station. The total cost is $9,600. If anybody has the details on that, you're welcome to read it.
Yes, the vendor here is A.G. Williams of Fifth Avenue in Pelham. It's for the police station, including the hallway, 13 doors and frames, and the ceiling. Again, the total cost is $9,600.
Thank you.
I move for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliana,
Second?
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is authorization to upgrade the Assessors Department's assessment software, PASS software. Purchase order is 1352001. This software won't take effect until probably this time next year. It's an expensive upgrade which is required according to state regulations. The total cost at that time will be $42,500. That's a one-time fee. Then there'll be an annual maintenance fee on top of that.
Move to approve, please.
Motion by Ms. Agadis,
Second?
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That's it for my report. Right now, business from the floor. Anybody who wishes to speak to the town board on any issues, welcome to do so.
Could you sign in, please? Thank you.
Hi, how are you? I just want to follow up about the Little Leagues.
Your name, please?
Scott McIntyre, 65 South Kensico Ave. I just want to follow up about the Little League's request for lights, if there's any more development since we last were here.
We had a presentation last week by a representative of the members in that, the residents in that area, very informative. We also are waiting for some details from the police department on traffic, lighting, and other issues on that road. Once we compile all the information, the town board is going to sit down again and discuss it.
Okay.
So we have not made any decisions.
And will the residents know when it's going to be discussed so we could be
Definitely.
present? Okay.
Yeah.
One request I have from the board, if we could get a record of the number of games or events at the field from 2000 onward, either from maybe the Parks Department has it or through the town, maybe the Little League has it, just to see what the number of events, games were since then.
One of the requirements that the town board will have that we have discussed is we will need a schedule of what the games are going to be. if they go with lights, if they don't go with lights, whatever the case may be, we need to know how many games are going to be there and the times. That'll be part of a requirement.
But don't they provide that each year?
I haven't personally seen it. They may give it to Recreation Department.
Well, yeah, that's why I was asking, maybe through the town, or maybe the Little League has the records.
But it's going to be a requirement moving forward once we get into the
Because
details.
when they did the improvement in 2005, the statement was there would be no new games added. And the perception is among the residents that there's been more, so maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but I was just wondering if either the rec department or the Little League had a record of, since 2000, which is before the improvement and forward, so we could see, is it or is it not, or,
We could do a comparison.
okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Supervisor, they should, documents, we need to have a follow request, and we can respond to them. If the documents exist, we'll review them and turn them over. If they don't exist, we'll let you know they're.
Okay. And
You said 2005, that was,
Well, from 2000 onward, because the improvement was in 2005, when they said there'd be no increase. So I want to see before and the after to see, is that the case, or has there been increase, or,
do you believe it has increased?
that's the perception on the street.
You can submit that to the town clerk.
You
Town
can come to
clerk?
my office and get a FOIL request.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to address the board?
Ken Noonan, Valhalla. If I heard correctly at the work session last week, the town sold the former Bell Pays property, 408 Elwood Avenue, to the Town of Mount Pleasant Industrial Development Agency last Wednesday.
That's not true.
Well,
Right now, the town still owns the former Bel Paez property, 408 Elwood. There's a piece on each side of that property that the IDA just recently closed on to purchase. The IDA's intention is to purchase that particular piece that the town owns right now. The IDA's intention is to pay back taxes and what other improvements have been made on that property to make the town whole. But there'll also be an appraisal on the property also to find out the actual value. But the IDA's intention is to buy that piece and to sell it all as one piece to a developer.
the closing that supposedly took place last Wednesday, what was that for?
The piece on each side of that
The piece on
original
each side. So both of those pieces have been closed on
Yes.
by the IDA?
Yes,
And nothing has been done with the Bel Paez?
not yet. No. We're working on that still. We have to get a number, and once we have a number so that the town is properly compensated, then we will move forward on the IDA's purchase of that property.
Do you have an idea of the fair market value of that property?
I don't have that yet. I just know at this point the town is it's probably owed about $400,000.
In taxes, right?
Taxes and improvements.
Yeah.
So you're saying that it would be sold for just to cover whatever the town is owed?
No, I didn't say that. I said we're also doing an appraisal on the property to see what the value is.
Is there a prospective buyer for this property?
There's a number of people that are interested. It would go out as an RFP or a bid, either one or whatever the IDA decides at that time. And the highest price will get the property.
So there's no definite plan for that property. It would be offered for sale to whoever was interested in it.
Whoever wants to pay the highest price.
One thing, and I've asked you about this before, and I still can't understand it. The town took possession of that piece of property almost 4 years ago. Yeah,
Not that long,
well, the
over two and a half? Yeah.
2.5, all right. Why wasn't that offered for sale immediately?
Because the value of that property was reduced because of the piece on each side of it. By not having all three parcels together, you lose that value. So the IDA has worked for over a year and a half to try to obtain those two properties. They were fighting with the IDA, they didn't want to sell them, they wanted crazy numbers. We finally came up with a reasonable number, so the IDA purchased it.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, you could have sold it immediately for a profit. I'm sure you would have gotten more for that piece of property than what you were out on for the taxes and for the demolition of the building. Why wouldn't you just do something like that and walk away from it?
Because greater minds than I suggested that we do it all as one.
One of the issues was that the value was pretty much valueless by itself.
It's basically locked.
It's
Because
a
there's no
lot.
parking, there's no ability to build on it. It's a small lot without the two other lots.
Why isn't there no? It's like a fifth of an acre, I think, something like that. Why is it
There's a lot
not
of
possible
questions.
to build on it?
There's a lot of questions. There was this decision made to wait until all lots were acquired.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have a development that's meaningful down there, across the train station, have a new development there that could
So there's some kind
in
of
the 21st century.
there's some kind of a plan in mind.
We'll see what developers propose. What they're willing to pay.
The town does not have a physical plan of what they want to see there. We may want to request, different ideas, see what's going to fit there.
I mean, the town wasn't paying taxes on that property for a few years.
Town doesn't pay tax.
But if it was sold, the buyer would have been on the tax rolls. It would have been paying taxes. Here we've gone almost 3 years without any taxes being paid on the property.
Absolutely right.
Plus-
We felt this was the best move.
Oh, be interesting to see what the.
We will all look forward to seeing that.
Just one more thing. This police station painting, it's being done by this A.G. Williams. I've looked over my notes, and it seems like A.G. Williams is doing a lot of painting here in the for the town. A.G. Williams is located in Pelham. Do we not have any painters in the town of Mount Pleasant that can paint?
Sure we do. But
So
they
why
have
aren't we
always-
why aren't we using people from Mount Pleasant?
They have always been the competitive price.
But you don't put this out for bid. It isn't
Over a certain amount of money, it has to go out to
over a
bid.
certain amount of money. So this didn't go out for bid. So how do we know that it's a competitive price when you didn't put it out for bid?
We're familiar with pricing painting. We've done it in town hall here before. We know what square foot costs are for painting and all. So it's not an unfamiliar area for the town.
So nobody in the entire town of, no painter in the entire town of Mount Pleasant is competitive with this A.G. Williams. Is that what you're saying?
All I'm telling you is that previous bids, A.G. Williams was the lower price.
Well, it just seems like you're not very supportive of our town and the talents that exist in our town here.
Well, whatever you think, that's fine.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to address the board?
Could you sign in, please? Thank you.
My name is Mark Stefanov. I live at 129 South Kensico Avenue. When the board approved the plans for the expansion of the Little League in 2006, I'm sure you've all seen the map of what it was supposed to look like. That map included sycamore trees. It did not include 3 Korean shipping containers, as well as a Snap-on tool truck. And so I'm wondering who approved the 3 Korean shipping containers on the property when previously there was just a small little storage shed. These are full-size shipping containers that have been there. what happened to the trees that were supposed to be there, and why was the wetlands filled in? And then the other question is, having an unregistered Snap-on tool truck there for at least 6 months, what's going on? Who's overseeing the stuff here? Are you just letting the Little League run over public property and just ignoring your responsibilities?
I will look into the Snap-on truck. I'm not familiar with that.
It's been there for 6 months. How have you missed it?
I'm sorry, I don't go over there every day, so I don't see it.
I'm
But I
sure
will
some of
look
these
into
board
it.
members marched in the parade.
Yes. I don't recall seeing it, but I will look into that.
Okay.
And I will look into what approvals they may have had for the storage container.
Because do you remember the original plans where they had trees around the field?
No, I wasn't involved at that time.
Okay. Well, if you look at the plans, I'm sure in your engineering department, they'll have containers with sycamore trees around the field, and that's what was approved by the board, and the board hasn't followed through.
I will look into it.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else like to address the board? Move on to our town clerk's report.
Town Clerk's agenda, October 29, 2019, Town Board meeting. Received 2020 budgets for the following fire districts: Hawthorne Fire District, Thornwood Fire District, Valhalla Fire District. Received Mount Pleasant Public Library Board minutes, September 19, 2019. 6 zoning board resolutions: 500 Commerce LLC, Eric Dorfman, Zeph Abisha, Lisa Arcieri, Interpride LLC, Luca Marek. 4 notices of claim: Howard Clark versus Town of Mount Pleasant, Emmanuel Ayala versus Town of Mount Pleasant, Michael Weaver versus Town of Mount Pleasant, Neil Pardo versus Town of Mount Pleasant. 60 certiorari's and 10 small claim assessment reviews.
Item D, E, and F will be referred to the town attorney. Moving on to council reports. Councilman DiPaolo is home resting, I hope, like I should be. But Mr. Celiano agreed to take over the controller's memo this evening.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Controller's memo. It's dated 10/29/19. The following claims are submitted for town board approval. GF prepaid expenses, $1,125. Attorney, $6,104.40. Building Town Hall, $2,695. Central Data Processing, $224.98. From Off-Street Parking, $1,000. Prepaid expenses, $958.34. Public Safety, $191.68. From the Recreation Center, $1,551.99. From General Repairs, $33,822.45. From Capital Building Improvement, $13,920. Highway General Capital Project, $720,353.82. From Capital Consolidated Sewer Improvement District,
You got serial bonds there, Tom.
I'm sorry, serial bonds, correction, thank you, $3,097.50. Capital Consolidated Sewer District, $6,635. From Capital Old Farm Water District, $65,730,000. Kensico Capital Projects, $89,785.35. And from Joint Water District Fund, $17,235.96. From Mechanical Water District Number 1, $17,535 From Kensico Water, $17,506.32. Trust Agency Escrow, $13,681.87. The grand total is $1 million, $13,154.66. And I respectfully assign Brian Keneally, who's our controller, I respectfully ask the board for a motion of approval for this memo. And all these documents are for your review at the controller's office, if you want any other detailed information. But I'm moving for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
All right, thank you. The second item is authorization to make a final lump sum payment for a Highway Department employee. Paul Valero is retiring. Thank you for your service. You did an excellent job. He's entitled to a payout, accumulated sick time and vacation leave. The total is $5,559.27. I respectfully ask the board for a motion of approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second?
second by Ms. Agadis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, thank you. That's all I have for Nick's report.
Thank you. Councilman Saliano on the police.
Thank you. My committee is the police. We have 4 items for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. The first item is a purchase order number 30-19-50, network cabling materials. In anticipation of hiring a third full-time dispatcher, we need to add a third answering point to communications desk. This will assist due to increase in call volume and will expedite response time for both police and EMS. The total cost for this purchase order is $17,986.96, and I respectfully ask the board for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The second item, Mr. Supervisor, is purchase order number 30-1951, portable radios. Again, this is for the police department. We need 6 portable radios. The price is $801.75, and 6 programming at $37.50. The total cost is $5,035.50. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The third item for the police department is cameras. We need a couple cameras. They go into integration room. The total cost is $2,052. I move for approval for these cameras, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second?
second by Ms. Agadis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The fourth item is we're going to purchase a used police vehicle. I believe it's for our K-9 unit. We got a very good price on it. It's only $6,000, and it's going to really help that particular unit out. And we got a good buy at $6,000. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And the last item, Mr. Supervisor, is a purchase order number 30-1954, police car radios. We needed a couple radios. There's 2 radios. The total price is $1,950.53. I move for approval, please.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms.
Separate.
Agadis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Great. Thank you. That's my report, and have a very good evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Smalley.
Good evening. My report is from the Department of Parks and Recreation. The first item is purchase order 70-19-30. It's a wall partition for the community center. The vendor is School Outfitters, and the total cost is $1,551.99. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second?
second by Ms. Haggis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The next item is Purchase Order 70-19-31, sod for volunteer field. The vendor is Valhalla Nursery and Garden Center. The total cost is $3,200. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is authorization to hire part-time recreation assistants effective October 4th, 2019. This is memo number 64. We would like to hire Jeffrey Osiello, Angelica Alvarez, Sammy Lubart, and Olivia Cartano. The hourly rate ranges from $10 to $20 per hour. This is for Parents' Night Out and youth activities. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is memo number 65, authorization to hire part-time recreation office staff effective October 15th, 2019. We're hiring Nicholas DeRubius as a part-time employee to work in the recreation office. He will earn $10 an hour effective October 15th, and he'll be replacing Nicole DeSimone, who has left to attend college. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second?
second by Ms. Haggis. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is memo number 66, authorization to hire part-time recreation assistants for special events effective October 18th, 2019. The following will receive $20 per hour: Lisa Pazzola, Laura Holzer, Kevin Holzer, Matthew Holzer, Christina Portanova, Maria Bate, Mindy Rogers, Tara Thompson, Nicole DeSimone, Adriana Tedeschi. The following will receive $15 an hour: Isabella Mascusi, Bailey Rogers, and Nicholas DeRubius. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The last item this evening, item number 6, is memo number 67, authorization to increase the pay rate for part-time Ninja Warriors effective October 3rd, 2019. This is a policy where there is an increase in enrollment for this particular class before the school program at Virginia Road School in Valhalla. The Recreation Department requests authorization to increase the salary of the program instructors, $25 a person per session, to the following rates effective October 3rd, 2019. Scott Dooley, $125 a session to $150 a session. Trish Ward, from $75 a session to $100 a session. And Alyssa Michaels, from $75 a session to $100 a session. Please know that enrollment fees cover the cost of the instructors' salaries. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The only PSA for this evening is that Friday evening there's Lady Nights Out Bingo, and that's at the community center. It's a very popular event. Please, if you still haven't registered, see the Recreation Department for that. Thank you.
Councilwoman Haggis.
Good evening. My report is from the Highway Department, and the first item I have here is an authorization to deposit a bond for street opening permit number 6393. A check covering the bond amount for a street opening permit has been forwarded to the Office of the Comptroller for deposit in the escrow account until the work performed under the bond has been completed and the road is restored to my satisfaction. And the person opening the curb there is Stephen DiNapoli at 115 Milton Avenue and the bond in Thornwood, and the bond amount is for $3,200. I move to approve, please.
Motion by Ms. Haggis,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item I have is from David Barker, the Director of Fleet Operations. It's an authorization to discard and remove the carpool's Ford Taurus from inventory. He is requesting authorization to discard and remove from inventory the Ford Taurus and the VIN number here. The front K-frame and body are rotted out and the vehicle will not pass New York State inspection. Upon approval, I will remove this vehicle from our insurance policy. I move to approve, please.
Motion by Ms. Haggis,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The third item I have here is from Richard Banquet, the Superintendent of Highways. The authorization to hire Frank Spazianti as a seasonal part-time employee effective October 30th, 2019. He's requesting the authorization to hire Frank Spazianti as a seasonal part-time employee at the Highway Department at a rate of $15 an hour. If approved, this will be effective Wednesday, October 30th, 2019. I move to approve, please.
Motion by Ms. Haggis,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The fourth item I have is from David Barker, Director of Fleet Operation. He is requesting the authorization to hire Richard A. Sanicandro of Pauling as a full-time auto mechanic to fill the position vacated by David Antila due to his retirement. His qualifications meet all the requirements for this position. His salary will be based on the most current union agreement. If approved and pending a physical exam, this will be effective Wednesday, October 30th, 2019. I move to approve, please.
Motion by Ms. Haggis,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And the last item I have is from David Barker, the Director of Fleet Operations. He's requesting authorization to promote William Williams to Senior Auto Mechanic. William has been an auto mechanic with the town of Mount Pleasant for many years now, and he has all of the qualifications that meet the requirements for this promotion. His increase in salary will be in accordance with the most current union agreement. If approved, this will be effective Wednesday, October 30th, 2019. I move to approve, please.
Motion by Ms. Haggis,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Town Attorney, I know we have some tax certiorari matters to resolve this evening.
Yes, we do, Mr. Supervisor, thank you. We have 10 matters to resolve, to settle for a total refund amount for all 10 combined of $31,200. I'll read the property owner name and the address, and we can have one motion would be great, if possible. The first one is for 230 Westlake Drive, owner for a property location at 65 Marble Avenue in Pleasantville for a total refund of $1,800. Second one is a property owner of A.G. Duke for a property address at 99 Castleton Street, 402 Claremont Avenue, for a total refund of $10,250. Bank of New York Mellon is the third one. Manville Road at Pleasantville for a total refund of $1,700. City of New York, 2 Walker Road at Mount Pleasant, total refund of $0. Commons at Pleasantville, 290, 310 Manville Road in Pleasantville, total refund $1,700. The check is the property owner for the sixth one at 3 Rebecca Lane in Pleasantville, total refund $150. Seventh one is J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, 10 Marble Avenue, Thornwood, refund is $2,000. David Marshall, 21 Cleveland Street, Mount Pleasant, total refund is $2,000. Ninth of Sorpco Realty Corp., Bedford Road, Pleasantville for $1,300. SPE Land, this is the last one, at 26 Sawmill River Road, for $10,300 for a total sum of $31,200. And ask for a motion to approve these settlements.
These are all settlements that are derived from the agreements with the attorneys, school districts, and the town.
Correct. We are in court every week on these matters. We've negotiated settlements for multiple tax years. For these matters, we work with Jim Timmons, our assessor. The school district is there. If there's any villages there that are potentially there also, the school district has signed off on all these negotiations. We just need to approve them, and then they'll be finalized.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Second.
second by Mr. Saliano. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Schedule of meetings, authorization to change the work session date from Tuesday, 11/5/19 to Wednesday, 11/6/19 due to Election Day.
Move
Need
for
a
approval?
resolution.
Oh,
Motion by Ms. Smalley,
Yes.
Second?
Second by Ms. Hagedis. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Our next business session will be Tuesday, November 12th at 8 p.m. If there be no further business from the board, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Saliano,
Second.
second by Ms. Smalley. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good